And now, making his entrance to the ring, the reigning and defending undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua. Ladies and gentlemen, from Wembley Stadium, London, England, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, in association with World of Boxing Production Company, proudly present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Sponsored by William Hill, StubHub, EA Sports, Lynx, and JD Sports. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, President and Steward in Charge, Charles Giles. The International Boxing Federation President Darryl Peebles. The International Boxing Organization Ed Levine. The World Boxing Association President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. And the World Boxing Organization President Francisco Paco Barcarcel. Timekeeper Stephen Pucci. The 3 judges scoring. From Monaco, Jean-Robert Lane. From Italy, Matteo Montella. And from Venezuela, Carlos Sucre. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Steve Gray. And now, the officials are ready. The fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. Boxing fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on Sky Sports, Box Office, and DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the red corner with his trainer, Ivan Kirpa, wearing black, standing 6 feet 2, official weight, 15 stone, 12 pounds. This 2004 Olympic gold medalist now has an outstanding professional record consisting of 34 victories, 24 big wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. He's undefeated for 5 consecutive years. He's the WBA #1 heavyweight challenger in the world. From Chekhov, Russia, former WBA heavyweight world champion, Dame и господа, русский витязь Alexander Sasha Povetkin. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer, Rob McCracken, wearing white and standing 6 feet 6, officially weighing in at 17 stone, 8 pounds, 5 ounces. He's a 2012 Olympic gold medal champion, and now, as a professional, a perfect record. 21 fights, 21 victories, 20 wins by knockout. From London, the fighting pride of the United Kingdom, the reigning, defending, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony
Here we go again. Boxing boom time. Another monumental occasion for the sport which is rocking the world.
Okay, boys, if I call break, you take 1 step back. Don't let any punches go on the back of the head, and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
A most testing and threatening challenge for London's Anthony Joshua in the National Stadium. Russian roulette with the 3rd best heavyweight in the world in the vastly experienced Alexander Povetkin. We hope for another classic to fire up this damp night. The world heavyweight titles at stake, the most treasured and historic prizes all on the line. 4 belts, the WBA Super, the IBF, the WBO, of course the WBC with Deontay Wilder, scheduled to fight Tyson Fury before Christmas. It's all happening at heavyweight, Carl.
It certainly is. What a division to be involved with at the minute. I mean, the fights just stack up and the future looks so exciting. Anthony Joshua, I'm expecting him to start cautiously behind his range. Povetkin already looking to close that gap straight away here.
Joshua will be hoping to utilise the reach, the powerful jab. Povetkin's so dangerous when he gets up close. So tough and durable and gritty. The uppercuts could be key punches from both men. The physically massive Anthony Joshua and the small heavyweight Alexander Povetkin. But with that might come an edge in speed. Certainly the pedigree going way back to those Athens Olympics. But are the legs still there of Povetkin at 39?
Well, they won't be as solid as there was in his 20s and early 30s, that's for sure. But the experience he's got will set him in great stead for this. And the overhand right is a dangerous punch that he does look for. Anthony Joshua's got a nice tight guard. I like to see that. He's just waiting and picking his shots back nicely. Good work there from Anthony Joshua on the counter.
Yep, flashing a left hook in quick there, Joshua. Povetkin a bit tentative with the right hand. Povetkin, who's been sparring out in the mountains. He's used Daniel Dubois, the unbeaten young heavyweight, who'll be hoping to play his part in the picture in the next couple of years. Joshua's had more sparring in Sheffield than ever before for this one. They've changed his regime. Legs look so strong of Joshua.
Yeah, the fitness and the strength and conditioning schedules and routines that he's got at the IS in Sheffield, where he trains alongside Rob McCracken, and the strength and conditioning coaches down there, they're second to none, and he really is a solid athlete.
Both trying the uppercuts, a left hook from Povetkin. That's his honey punch that laid out David Price in Cardiff and has done much damage over the last few years since his sole defeat to Vladimir Klitschko.
Yeah, Povetkin likes the overhand right. He likes the left hook as well, punching a lot of power.
Oh, gets inside there and gets through, and a little stumble from Joshua at the end of the first round.
To that point, it wasn't any one-sided or anything.
Might be a problem with the Joshua nose. There's blood from it, but he was caught at the end of the round. Is that badly damaged already? Joshua looks like in some pain from the nose. Keep your eyes on that. A right hand from Povetkin.
Bleeding quite heavily from the nose, AJ, and his eyes are really glazed and watery. Looking in some distress here early on, Anthony.
Could it be broken? Tony Bellew's nearby, thinks it might be, and Povetkin is trying to go hard and in quick for a rumble. And it's very early in the fight. Joshua trying to get behind the jab again, but drama already, and Povetkin's got hand speed.
He has, he's very quick, he's lighter, a couple of stone in difference there between the two men, and he's going to use that speed to try and get home with these shots. He's had some success early on, Povetkin, but he needs to not get careless, because Anthony Joshua looks now, he's really concentrating and fired up.
And blood really dripping from the nose of Joshua, which may come to trouble him later on with his breathing. Just a bit static, Joshua. And Povetkin waiting for the next raid.
Well, he got caught with an awkward-looking jab at the end of that first round, AJ, and then he got caught with that follow-up left hook that seemed to shake him to his boots.
Right and a left, there's the short, sharp hooks, but a good jab back from Joshua. And there's the right hand, tried for the first real time.
It's a real look of confidence in Povetkin's work, because he's seen the damage occurred to Joshua's nose, and he's seen the stumble as well as he walked back to his corner after that shot landed. So he'll be quite satisfied and happy with the way this is going.
Yep, he's getting into delivering shots to the body as well, Povetkin. Joshua trying one of those of his own. The right hand though from Povetkin was good, and it caught Joshua, and he's got to hold on here.
That's the sneaky right hand that he looks for. He ducks low to his left and he throws the right hand out of the peripheral vision. It's a sneaky one, but it works.
And there's the left hook from Povetkin. Joshua good with the defence. We remember him going down heavily here to the fist of Vladimir Klitschko, but he got up, rebounded, came through the haze and triumphed in 11. It's so often dramatic with Joshua, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We've got to remember as well, Povetkin's got so much experience. We've talked about it on the build-up to this. He's only lost to Klitschko. You just can't write this guy off. I know he's at the later stage of his career, and Anthony Joshua's on the rise. And, you know, he's on the crest of this wave, but he's got so much pressure on his shoulders. And it's such a bad start for him to have this nose damage early on.
Good work from Povetkin. Joshua back with a jab. That's where he wants the Russian at distance.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. Keep this jab working, at range. Just keep Povetkin at arm's length.
The touch glove, plenty of respect. David, early thoughts?
I'm worried. I'm worried for Anthony Joshua in there at the moment. Alexander Povetkin is getting in with that overhand left hook too often.
It's a good start here for the challenger from Russia, the former WBA champion Alexander Povetkin. Can he shock the world at 39? Big underdog here in the black trunks and the black boots and the white of Anthony Joshua. The 28-year-old from Watford. His home patch. He called for the fights at Wembley Stadium, and there's a right hand from Povetkin. And he really is dangerous. And Joshua just hasn't got settled yet, Carl.
He hasn't, no, and he's toying with that jab. He's not snapping the jab out solidly behind that long reach he's got. And Povetkin able to find home with that overhand right. And it's worrying every time it lands. Joshua just wants to flick that jab out. That low left not going to do him any favours. Just keep the guard nice and tight. Just snap the jab out. The kind of jab that won him that medal in the 2012 Olympics. He just needs to concentrate and focus on keeping this fight at range for as long as he can. Povetkin will tire. He's trying to land big, heavy shots and going for it early here, Povetkin. AJ needs to respond by being cute and aware and having good movement.
Just stabs his eye there, Povetkin, as the heads bump together. That nose damage for Anthony Joshua, but he is keeping it at range now. He learnt so much in that fight with Vladimir Klitschko, but a left from Povetkin just creeps through again. There's the hand speed, the confidence of the Russian, and he's trying to take Joshua out with that shot.
Yeah, really good left hook there from Povetkin. He rolled, he slipped and slid his way in, Mike Tyson-esque, and then threw that left hook, and it landed flush on the chin of AJ. He stood up to it well, but these shots don't really need to be slipping through this early in the contest. Povetkin boxing well here. Just like to see that jab worked a bit more from AJ. Just get the jab in Povetkin's face as often as he can, just to keep him unsteady on his feet.
Try and soften Povetkin up and begin to feel the 39-year-old's legs, but it's a really good beginning this for Povetkin.
Yeah, he's very clever, very experienced. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I think he knows as well, he's got to do this early if he's going to do it early. Just found one to with that left hook there, that's great. Nice little back step from AJ.
Yeah, nice counter work from Joshua as he finishes strongly to the third. Utilising lateral movement as well, Joshua. Said he's going to go to body and head and soften up Povetkin.
Well, Povetkin only looking for power punches. When he gets in range, just looking at swinging in knockout blows. So AJ needs to stay focused.
Much better from Joshua. Back into that one, and the crowd loved it. Robert McCracken, who has guided him through a 12-and-a-half-week training camp in Sheffield. It's been strictly business. He hasn't wanted to talk about the Deontay Wilder situation. Anthony Joshua, just concentrate on how important this mandatory defense is. And it is. And Alexander Povetkin was written off by a lot of people, but already he's shown a great deal. That experience and that quality doesn't just go away. Joshua improving. And there's a cut there. Left eye of Povetkin, and it's a nasty one, and it's come up, and that will spur Joshua on, who's had the own damage to his nose. But he's starting to get his timing and accuracy right here, Joshua.
Yeah, he's starting to look more relaxed. Povetkin cut there above the left eye. I think the heads came together there, where he walked into a solid-looking jab from AJ. We'll probably catch that in a minute, but Povetkin, the pressure from Povetkin will only slow down as these rounds go on, and Povetkin knows he's got to go for this early, which he's doing, so the game plan from him is perfect, really.
Doesn't look good, that cut, and that right hand on it's not going to help at all. Povetkin, is that going to deter his tactics and just trouble him with the vision out of the left eye? And Joshua's got that sweet right hand, remember.
AJ just keeping his right hand up now as Povetkin comes forward to block that left hook, probably listening to Robert McCracken's instructions in the corner. Don't do anything wild or get careless, because Povetkin is just looking for power punches. And the power will diminish as these rounds go on, so AJ needs to come through these early sticky moments. Boxing well here at the minute, AJ.
Keeping it at that range, utilising the physical advantages, as when Povetkin gets up close and personal, it can get sticky for Joshua in there.
Yeah, good head movement from Povetkin as he moves forward, and AJ don't quite know where Povetkin's coming, and all of a sudden a looping shot comes. Already slowing down slightly, Povetkin, maybe having a small breather, but as you've seen, he leaps forward face first with his big hooks. Very dangerous looking shots. But AJ seems to have found his measure, looking a little bit more comfortable now.
What an exciting start to this world heavyweight title fight. Lively challenge from Alexander Povetkin. Joshua moving well around the ring, finding his range, and that eye looks bad of Povetkin. Decent right hand, good round this for Joshua.
Yeah, landing some solid looking shots. Povetkin now having his fair share of success, but he's looking like he's getting swelling and bruising and marks of battle around the face of Povetkin.
That cut's really nasty as well, Carl. They touch gloves. Huge respect between these two. The quality and pedigree of Alexander Povetkin. Joshua knows well, he studies the game. And Povetkin desperate to try and become a world heavyweight champion again. Level on your card, Carl.
Yes, 2 rounds apiece. First 2 rounds going to Povetkin. Had a great start. And AJ finding his rhythm and his range with that jab. Still close rounds, but AJ, for me, doing enough to steal it on the cards. Povetkin will fade as this goes on because of the age and the tired legs at 39 years old. Still very dangerous, still very capable, don't get me wrong. He's a solid heavyweight. But the longer this goes, the better it is for AJ. And he'll know that.
36th professional fight after over 130 amateur bouts. Alexander Povetkin. Remember, this is only Joshua's 22nd fight. Now, these matches have been tough. You know, Klitschko into Takam at a few days' notice. Then Joseph Parker, who's unbeaten. Now Povetkin. It's not easy. Everyone's calling out for Wilder, but this isn't easy at all.
It's not, though. He's had to step up, AJ, because he's that good. His career's been moved on that fast. He's had to fight the best. He's got all the belts. He's got a defender. This is his mandatory. And people want the Wilder fight. They forget that people like Povetkin are queuing up, waiting to steal that accolade and them trophies, the world titles.
Dillian White, of course, with us tonight, waiting for his opportunity. Joshua has the treasure. He's the marked man. Left hook from Povetkin. And a right hand. Again, when he gets in, he suddenly explodes and looks really threatening.
Really fast double left hook from Povetkin, looking solid, followed by an overhand right hook. AJ seems to have accustomed himself to these shots, and he seems to be okay with them, looking relaxed, but I don't want him to sit down and rest too comfortably on this flat-footed stance, because Povetkin's a heavy-handed man.
Very different spectacle already, isn't it, to the unification with Parker in the Principality, which never caught fire. This is high octane, and you don't quite know what's going to happen next. Povetkin with the right hand, swinging from the hip.
Yeah, he is swinging from the hip, gunslinging, and why wouldn't he? Have this opportunity for Povetkin. He realised what's in front of him as well. He knows AJ's a serious threat, but he's not really that concerned. He's just thinking about his plan.
Hats off to the corners. They've done well on Joshua's nose and on Povetkin's eye. Attempting the right hooks now. Povetkin with Ivan Kerper in his corner, shouting out encouragement. They haven't lost together. The film stars are in, the boxing stars too. Prince Nassim Hamid just behind us. It's a who's who at ringside of sport and music entertainment. All want to be around an AJ event, a bit like Floyd Mayweather over in Vegas with the A-listers. That's what he brings now, but also the normal fan. Everybody seems to love him. Can he keep hold of these world titles? Decent jabs now from Joshua. He's just talking to Povetkin in there. Is he beginning to take control? And will Povetkin start giving one or two distress signals? The left hook of Joshua and the right hand follow. This is excellent from AJ.
Yeah, good work from AJ now. He's found his range with his jab. He's relaxing. He's sitting down on his punches without reaching for them. So he's finding success now with these punches. And You know, you can see that Povetkin's slowing down. He's not so sporadic and he's not as busy with these bursts of work.
Vladimir Klitschko had Povetkin down 4 times. David Price shook it up, didn't he, in the Principality? But nobody has stopped the Russian powerhouse yet.
No, he's solid and he's durable over 12 rounds. We said earlier he's getting older, but he's still very capable. And that's dangerous shot there.
Big right hand,
twice.
Gets through and an uppercut too. And Joshua just has to regroup, back behind the jab.
Joshua cannot switch off in front of this dangerous Povetkin. This overhand right, it's very sneaky, it's tricky. Put yourself in front of him. He steps to your left and comes over your jab. If Joshua throws a weak jab, he will be punished every time.
Action intensifying here in the 6th round of this World Heavyweight title clash at Wembley Stadium.
Well, when Povetkin's put under any sort of pressure from AJ, he responds really well and fires back with some heavy-looking shots. Really good quality work from AJ here, boxing well, but Povetkin's still very much a serious threat.
Not bobbing and weaving as much. Povetkin not quite as springy from the feet. And the legs of Joshua look strong and sturdy.
Yeah, it was a very active and busy start from Povetkin. Really did throw everything in there early on, and he had some great success. And maybe he's having a bit of a breather now. Still looks dangerous when he unloads them solid hooks, though.
He does, and that uppercut, which Derek Chisora was telling us about beforehand from their sparring days. Joshua told us he'd finished the fight with an uppercut after the workouts.
Him, nothing is affected.
Our colleagues from DAZN behind us are split. Sugar Ray Leonard has Joshua in front. Sergio Mora has Povetkin, Alexander Povetkin, who is down by 2 on your card, Carl.
Well, yes, I think AJ was behind on the first 2. Certainly he was caught with some bad-looking shots, and then he seemed to have found his rhythm and started boxing well behind the jab. Rounds 3, 4, 5 and 6, very close, couple of potentially even rounds in there, but I've given them to AJ because he's boxing well. Paulie has it level, David has Joshua 1 in front. It's close at the halfway stage. Povetkin, who's not been beaten since 2013, to Vladimir Klitschko, wins over Manuel Char, Carlos Taka, Mike Perez, Christian Hammer. Decent fighters. Comes in with good form. And a right hook from Povetkin. Is he getting a second wind here? Well, he's just looking for solid shots, single solid shots. He's got a nice little head movement, little fake, makes Anthony Joshua react to what's coming at him, and then he picks his shot. Very experienced work from Povetkin, good accuracy there as well with the right hand. Jab to the body from Joshua. Some people were saying Joshua would take out Povetkin early. He might do here. Lovely right hand. Best of the fight from Joshua. Povetkin is shaken in the 7th. Oh, the left hook and a right hand. And down goes the Russian. Will he make it up? He's all over the place. Steve Grace has walked towards. He's brave. He's gritty. He's never been stopped before. But he might be right here and right now. Joshua with a big left hand. And AJ
blistering finish from Joshua. The fans wanted the knockout, and after a very, very engaging fight, AJ finds the answer, the ammunition too much for Alexander Povetkin, who stopped for the first time in his life. And now Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, who'll get it on before Christmas, will continue the heavyweight story. And 2019, I tell you what, it's going to be even better than 2018.
You know what, that was an amazing win. Really, really good quality performance here from AJ. He was under some serious pressure. Nobody's done that to Alexander Povetkin. He's a very dangerous man. But AJ there coming through, really sticky moments. To finish like that, that was emphatic. That was just mesmerising from AJ. What a finish.
You saw AJ touching to the chest and to the stomach throughout the fight with the jab. He just kept touching, he kept touching. It was to take away the attention from the head of Povetkin. Finally, in this 7th round, he touches to the chest or to the stomach with that jab. Then he touches again and comes with a fast right hand over the top. It just to take away the attention of Povetkin from the head, and then he snuck in that right hand. Greatly set up shot. That right hand was set up for rounds, from rounds prior, and he finally let it go here after the touch.
And great experience too, because Povetkin came and gave it an almighty challenge, didn't he, David? And Joshua just found time to get his boxing back together, utilising the jab, and it was turning his way. And then the power and the explosive finish, a perfect end.
Yeah, I'm so glad that he fought Alexander Povetkin at this stage in his career. This fight, maybe 5 fights ago, may have been too much for him. But he's learned from the fight against Vladimir Klitschko about staying cool under pressure when things might not be going your way. When against Carlos Takam, when he had the head clash with the nose, he's been there before. It wasn't a shock to the system. He stayed calm, stuck to his game plan, and waited for the perfect opportunity. And when it presented himself, he didn't rush it, didn't try too hard, just allowed his talent to flow. And Alexander Povetkin has never been treated like this in all the 36 fights he's ever had in his life. For me, punch-perfect performance, tough night. But, you know, to have a great performance, you need to be in there with a great opponent. And Alexander Povetkin was fantastic tonight, came with a solid game plan, was in great shape. Hit AJ with some great shots over the top, but AJ soaked him up. He rose to the occasion and got the job done.
At the time of the stoppage, the 3 judges' cards, 58-56, 58-56 to AJ, and 59-55 also to Joshua. All were unanimous towards Joshua. And I think it was the last 3 rounds or so where the fight just turned, didn't it? And he waited for that opportunity, and like the predator he is, and the world champion he is, he took that and he didn't let Povetkin recover.
And look at the finish here. I mean, he set it up with that feint jab to the body, sort of just placed the jab, took the attention away from the overhand right, and then produced this kind of a finish. And Povetkin was in serious trouble. And AJ, he knows he's got his man wounded, and he's one of the best finishers. He just puts combination punches together, accurate combinations, and Povetkin had no chance then.
The two of them just talking to each other in the ring now. And you got to feel for Alexander Povetkin. I know that a lot of people thought he should have been thrown out because of the drugs, and of course it tainted his name forever. But tonight, take that to one side, he put on a really great effort, a brave effort, and he was right in it until the last.
And all the way until the end. Credit to Povetkin. That was a hard knockdown he suffered. He got up. All his will to get up off the canvas. He wanted to continue fighting. You know, he fought like a man who knew this was his last chance, and he fought with all the heart in the world and all the skill in the world. This is a very, very competitive fight.
Big smile from Anthony Joshua, who admitted there was pressure on those big shoulders after the last 2 performances, which were good, but he didn't think great. And now he sends out a message. The exciting AJ is back. Is there anyone out there to take him out? We don't know. We will wait and see. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Can't wait for that. You've got Dillian White. You've got many others. Jarrell Miller, so many in the heavyweight division. This is Joshua's night again. AJ at Wembley, at home now, in front of 80,000, delivers.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the official time.
The official time, 1 minute, 59 seconds, round number 7. The winner by TKO victory, still the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of the United Kingdom, AJ
Anthony Joshua reigns supreme and retains those world heavyweight crowns. 22-0 and 21 knockouts.
Well, it just seems to get better and better. I look at him here on the screen with all these belts. He's just improving with every fight. Yes, he gets caught with shots, but that's because when he fights these opponents, Alexander Povetkin, whoever it may be, Joseph Parker, he brings the best out in them because they train like they've never trained before, because AJ's the big golden goose.
He is, and I've said it to everybody all week. You know, Alexander Povetkin is the best opponent Anthony Joshua's faced so far. He hasn't had the hype surrounding him, but he's technically so brilliant. And Anthony Joshua dispatched of him like nobody has ever done. You know, the 35 fights coming into this fight, no one has taken him out like that. No one has manhandled him and broke him up and took him out. So for me, Anthony Joshua just goes one step further in the right direction.
You've obviously got the likes of Deontay Wilder out there, but they'll be watching this and they'll be concerned because this will bring AJ on this kind of experience at this level. And don't forget, he's done something to Povetkin here this evening that nobody's done before. It's an amazing win for him.
Beautiful pictures. WBC champion Deontay Wilder unbeaten, Tyson Fury unbeaten. They clash before Christmas. Who wins that? And who will fight Joshua next in April? Either or Dillian White, who's ringside tonight. It's going to be fascinating to hear from him. I think he's going to be so relieved after the really tough training camp that he's put himself through. Didn't even get the haircut, David.
He didn't need it. He didn't need it. He came in ready, raw, ready for business. He knew this wasn't going to be a pretty fight. He knew Alexander Povetkin isn't the type of guy to just stand at the end of his shots, get knocked out and pick up a paycheck. This guy had the whole of Russia behind him. Putin's a personal friend of his. He knows what was at stake for him here. He would have fought to the death in there tonight. He got up after taking such an onslaught. Most fighters would stay on the canvas. He didn't. He stood up and went for it.
AJ with AS, Andy Scott.
Anthony, you've stopped a man that's never been stopped before in a serious...
Whoa. First and foremost, Wembley, everyone here, thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Sky, the Zone, everyone involved, thank you very much for your attendance. And especially, before we forget, Team Povetkin.
Well said. You've stopped a man that's never been stopped.
Can we give a round of applause for Eddie Hearn, please?
Ooh. You can't have everything in life, I suppose. Anthony, on the fight, you've stopped a man that's never been stopped before, a serious and dangerous contender, former world champion Alexander Povetkin. Your words on your performance and what sort of statement you sent out to the rest of the division tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Alexander Povetkin is a very tough challenger. He proved that tonight with good left hooks, good counter punches. But I come in here to have fun, do what I've been working on in the gym, and give it my best. I realized he was strong to the head, but I know that he was weak to the body. So instead of jabbing to the head, I was just switching it up. And every jab takes a second of breath out of you, so it slows him down. It could have took 7, maybe 9, maybe 12 rounds to get him out of there, but the ultimate goal was to be victorious tonight.
How badly were you affected by the nose injury in the first round?
Yeah, these shorter guys, they're very good coming through the middle. But let's not worry about that. Tonight's out of the way. Let's figure out what's happening on April 13th. That's what we all want to know.
Okay, so the obvious question is, who do you want to fight on April 13th?
Let's ask the question. I haven't got no mandatories, right? There's no mandatory challenges. No one's going to spring up. We'll see about that, but providing there's no mandatory challenges, who do we want to fight here in April 13th? We'll put a poll out on Twitter. We're going to put a poll out on Twitter because anyone's welcome. As I said earlier, there's always some complications with negotiations. Fair dues. But the sport is about what the fans want. Sometimes we have to face our mandatories, which I did tonight. And now that's out of the way, we'll put a poll out to the audience and see what they want April 13th, because it's you guys who make this sport.
A lot of people were hoping that it would have been Deontay Wilder in the ring tonight. Can you shed on any light on why that fight didn't happen from your side?
We both done a lot of talking. Look, I'm not in the blame game. It was him, it was me, tit for tat. We both done a lot of talking, and I'm here now. I had a good fight. I got my knockout streak back. I found my right hand. It went missing for a little while. I found it, and it's lining up for April 13th.
You talked about pressure in the build-up, a lot of pressure that you put on yourself. Were you under pressure to put on that sort of performance tonight?
Let me get some water quickly. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The whole country's rooting for us all, man. Not only me, David Price, Lawrence Okoli, Luke Campbell. Who else is on the undercard? Yeah, the whole country's rooting for boxing. You know, I'm a heavyweight, I'm a world champion, so they get behind us. If it was just about me, I'd just come in there and have fun, but the energy in here spurs you on, and I do feel that pressure, I'm not going to lie.
How hurt were you at the end of the first round? And are you showing that you are learning? A few years ago, maybe you wouldn't have won that fight tonight.
Yeah, a few years ago, maybe I wouldn't have won that fight, but that's credit to my coaching staff, nutritionists, management team, people who helped me in camp, security, just trying to make my life easier. It's about developing, you know. Sugar Ray Robinson lost. It shows you how tough this fight is, how tough this game is. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to learn. Look, as I said, enough of the talking about my development, and that's down to the team. But as I said, April 13th is what I'm really interested in, what's happening here in Wembley Stadium again.
Who do you think wins out of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury?
I'm not too fussed who wins, if I'm honest. I only concentrate on myself. But good luck to both of them. I wish them well. And may the champion bring himself to the UK, and let's have a good dust-up.
If that fight can't be made, would you be interested in going over old ground with your old friend Dillian White?
Where's Dylan? Where is he? He's somewhere amongst the crowd, but he's a serious fighter. That's all I want to fight, is serious challenges. We've got respect for each other, mutual respect, fighter to fighter. But when it comes down to competition, we're both beasts, we're both lions in the jungle. And the best man has to win. So if Dylan wants to fight here, he's more than welcome as well.
Can you still improve? Can you be better?
Yeah, 100%. But then again, the tougher the challenge, the harder the performance, the more you learn. So as I said to you earlier, 10 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago at the press conference, this is chapter 2. Remember when I said that at the press conference? And I meant it. So we're at a different level now, and I've got to find my feet again.
If I know you're not a betting man, but well, you are a betting man, but if you had to pick one name that you're going to face here on April 13th, who would it be?
Anyone. I don't want to talk no more about it. Do you know what I mean? There's no contract signed at the minute, so my number one would be Wilder, and then that's it. Look, that's it. Let me not talk about number 2, number 3. Wilder, that's it, yeah.
I'm going to let you go, but I just want to know if you want to say something to all the people that braved the rain. Wembley's a great omen for you, but a lot of people stayed out in the rain today.
Was the rain bad? Listen, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for sunshine. Tonight was rainy, but we've had a brilliant summer. We've enjoyed it, and let's just have a great Christmas. It's coming to the end of the year. Let's finish the year on a high. Whatever everyone's doing tonight, be safe, and I'll see you here again in April.
Congratulations and well done. Eddie Hearn, let's just talk about April 13th. He said he wants Wilder. Are you under pressure now to deliver that fight? Can you deliver that fight?
We delivered that fight. They agreed the deal. We signed a contract, they didn't. So we had to take the mandatory challenge. You know, in this game, there's players and they're plonkers. And Anthony Joshua is a player. 22 fights in. Povetkin, Klitschko, Takam, Parker, Dillian White, Dominic Brazil. He's the one stepping up and fighting these great fighters on great nights. And, you know, without the support of the British public, it wouldn't be possible. And they came out again tonight, and he'll keep delivering for him. He's a special talent. He's a great role model for the sport. Onwards and upwards. There's a lot of pressure on that tonight. And Povetkin is a world-class fighter.
Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury have been able to agree a deal, though. Could you have done more in hindsight?
No, if they don't want to fight, they don't want to fight. Like I said, he's not an Instagram world champion. He's a real world champion. 4 World Championship belts. He'll fight absolutely anyone. He'll go for his mandatories, and we'll go away now. We'll try again with Team Wilder to try and make the fight. Let's see if Wilder Fury actually happens. No venue. Thought you couldn't sign a contract on that basis, but tonight was about getting that big banana skin out the way in Alexander Povetkin, because he was a world-class fighter, and it was a great fight and another great performance from the #1 heavyweight in the world.
And if it's not likely to be the winner of that fight, will it more than likely be Dillian Whyte?
Yeah, I believe so. If it's not Deontay Wilder, I think Dillian Whyte will be next there in April. But our focus 100% is on Anthony Joshua being the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Thanks a lot.
Well, he does it again, doesn't he? Another firecracker of performance from the ultimate powerhouse that is Anthony Joshua. I think it's only appropriate that we ask Dillian Whyte the question now. You fancy it, Dillian?
Of course I fancy it. I should have been at ringside. I don't know why they brought me back up here to do this. I should have been down there. I was down there and Sky brought me over to do this. I don't see the point in it. You know, I just been called out. I wasn't there to answer face to face. That's not how I do business.
Well, you're here because you're working with us, and it's good to have you here.
Oh, you know, it's a pleasure being with you guys, but, you know.
It's all right. Got it in there, because we're sulking, but it's fine. We'll smooth it over. What did you make of his performance? Some may say, Johnny, a good performance, but I think some may say he had flaws.
I think he showed maturity, he showed pause. What he showed was a collection of all the experience that he's got, to be wise, to be smart, dropping the jabs, shots to the body. At times I thought, and I tell you, I've said it before, I wouldn't have been surprised if Sunday morning you woke up in the newspapers and Anthony Joshua was turned over, because Povetkin was a dangerous operator that was in there. So he had to be smart in how he dealt with this man. Any mistakes, then he was going to get hit, he was going to get hurt. And we saw Povetkin's shots were getting so close to getting that bingo shot that he needed. But it was about time, pause and patience. And Anthony Joshua delivered that. That's for all the experiences of sort of boxing the Parkers, boxing the Brazils, boxing the Klitschko. He's had to collect all that together and think, right, this I've got to do that. The training wheels are off. Every fight means something now.
Well, Matt, he didn't have an easy start, Anthony Joshua. It wasn't the start perhaps we were expecting from him.
I mean, I was very surprised all week in the build-up how many people were kind of dismissing Povetkin's challenge. I knew this was going to be a really tough fight. I mean, straight away he comes out there and you can see his accuracy. He was landing his shot selection, his variety of punch, his good timing. Very, very clever at closing the canvas, good head movement. And, you know, you could see his experience, and it was giving Joshua troubles. And I thought it was a close fight at the point it got stopped. I actually had it probably 3 rounds apiece. Maybe it was 4 rounds to 2 to Joshua. It was a very close fight. But, you know, and he certainly, you know, with the nose injury as well, he was struggling there at times, but he stuck with his tactics. His jab was very good. He was jabbing the body, just kept jabbing the body, lowering the hands of Povetkin, and then just when he was ready, he's setting that trap, switched it upstairs, right hand over the top.
He showed amazing maturity when the pressure was on him as well. Didn't panic. He took his time. He stepped back a little bit and waited for that spot.
And stuck to his tactics and stuck to his game plan. Like you say, didn't panic. You know, sometimes you've got a plan has to evolve. It has to play out. And the way he was jabbing the body, see it there, and then just chopped the right hand over the top, buzzed him, and then just found the finishing punches. When he went through the gears here, found the shots. You know, what is great left up there. That was the shot that really did the damage.
What surprised me was he dropped his knees to sort of the level of Povetkin as well. He didn't use his height and his reach. He was working at his own height, but using that extra reach. And that surprised me, how he was capable of doing that and willing to do that all the way through the fight.
The way he finished the job was really impressive. You know, he had him hurt, but some people, they're not as good at getting you out there. They can't find the shots to finish the job, but Anthony Joshua is a natural finisher.
How much did he need that finish?
Oh, not big time, but like I say, I mean, he was in control of the fight. He had a shaky start, but he was back in control. I had him slightly ahead, or maybe it was he drawing going into that round. But once he landed the right hand, found the job. I think from a markability point of view, he needed a big win, certainly after the Parker fight.
Was you not worried for him at any point through the fight? Or do you think it was plain slaney for
No,
for
you know, like I said earlier, Povetkin's going to be sharp early, but like I said, Anthony Joshua going to stop him between 5 and 7 rounds. You know, I had a feeling that Povetkin was sort of sharp, but I just think Joshua's youth and his age and everything and his